Okay. The respect to everybody else, just guys, thank you very much for coming. It's exciting, and I say I'm ready. It's just because I just want to go and do stuff. But to Dr. Dorothy stuff, not ready yet. So we're just gonna start packing, and things are gonna be happening very fast. Because right now it's August 5th, so that means September 5th we will have only 2.5 days for people who are leaving September 8th. So, but we are ready, Team Florida, right, guys? Right? Tanisha, Bree, Christy. Okay, so good morning. Today is September 5th. August 5th. I want to start jumping in the month. August 5th, right now is 9:05, and thank you for coming to August general meeting. So this is dedicated just for discussing what we're going to do for the medical mission, which is less than 33 days, Bree. So we need to get things going, and there's a lot of exciting news that what things are ready for us, and every single person over there is waiting for us. So we're going to share a few things, and let me pull my screen here so you can, and people can, I can give you back your Saturday. Okay, you guys can see my screen, right?
Yes.
The agenda?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we are going to discuss what we have been doing here as QHSC. We're going to discuss things that we are doing in preparation for the medical mission. The date is just to bring back everybody so we know we're on the same page. And then we're going to discuss how many people are going, and activity plans. And the bulk of this meeting, which may be 5-10 minutes, we'll be discussing the schedule. So I can share what I have so far. And then so in reality, it's like this is just like a guiding schedule. So when we get there, if there's anything that we need to adjust, and maybe you assign one place and then we need somebody from somewhere else, then we can just adjust that. But at least you have an idea what things are happening. And we're going to try to discuss the schedule the day before, so that when you're going to sleep, at least you know what you're going to do next morning. And then, of course, the visa is something that people have been doing now, and hopefully we're going to start getting those, acceptance this week, and then so we share. And usually, like previous years, it always takes like 3 to 5 days to receive once the papers and payment is gone through, and it's during the week. Usually we should get that. So I'm hoping starting next week we should get it. And people who are not or have not started yet, you still have time, but it's better to do early. So if there's any issues, maybe they don't accept maybe the picture or something, then you have the time to come back and fix it and send it back to them. And then I did share the document for these people who are going, that is called Tips for Parking and Traveling to Tanzania. So there's a lot of stuff, information in there I updated here. So when you get a chance to review that, and I'm going to just skim through today to show you the area that I want you to pay attention to it. And then we open up for everybody to discuss. Okay, so let's start with what we do right now for the medical mission. So thank you for the people who are in Florida who have worked every month, show up to represent QHSC in the community. So far we have done 4 trips to cross ministry. The first one was on March 3rd, and that one, 30th, sorry, when we had 5 volunteers. Second one we did on 4/27. We had 6 volunteers. The one in May was canceled because they had issue. The person who was supposed to receive us had an emergency or something like that, so we had to cancel that one. But in June we were able to go. 4 people were able to go, and then in July, there's 5 of us who went there. So, and all this information was posted, and we encourage again the next month. This month, at the end of the month, I believe in August 27, I think. Right, Bree? The date? No, the 31st, August 31st. So we'll go again. Whoever is ready, so grab people, let's go. And that's just one of the pictures there. As I said, the video has been posted on the group chat. Okay, we also did the back to school bash with the Church of Jesus Christ and Latter-day Saint. That was one of the Saturday July 15th, and there was 8 of us there, and we had a great time. Thanks to Bree, Valentine's, Alice, Professor Brown, Tanisha, Brianna, and Miss Debbie, and we had a great time. We were able to do, like blood pressure, height and weight, and vision screening, also vision acuity. And then so we were able to see all those, a lot of kids. So the children who got the physical, they were 89. But they're all together, kids who came and get the surprise, because they were giving them the backpack and school surprise. There's close to 230 people. So that was huge success. And of course, they've already asked us to do next year. So we're going to prepare again and gather ourselves. And all the pediatricians in the group, you're needed. So it'll be great. We did have 3 other pediatricians there, so who were doing their physical, and Ms. Debbie is also helping us with physical, so she's a nurse practitioner. So thank you, Debbie. So we are hoping to get you and the rest of nurse practitioner next year to go and help them and make it more fast. Also, one of the things that we see next time when we go there is to encourage people who speak Spanish and Creole, because the large majority of the people who came there speak Spanish and Creole. So if we get volunteers who help with that, that would be excellent, because this time we had Bree and Valentine's help us quite a bit with translation and helping the doctors over there to do their work. But also thanks to the rest of the team, because there were other kids who speak English, and it was still very helpful to be there. And it was only 5 hours, so we went out from 8:30 to 12:50, almost like 1 o'clock, because there were some of them came later. But so anytime if you can volunteer, even part of it or the whole day like that, that'll be greatly appreciated. Okay, jumping to the online things that we are preparing before we get there. We have done the postpartum hemorrhage management discussion. That was in May. And then neonatal sepsis, that was in May also. And June, we didn't do any training, but Dr. Gwen has been working behind the scene to try and organize and see if they can do a class before we go there. So, but we have only 3 weeks left. So if not, then she'll be able to do whatever she's planning to do while she's there in each hospital. We're also thinking of doing the obstetric complications training with Mwananyamala, Amana, Buguruni, and the Kirwa regional, district hospital. So that's the discussion is in place right now. We're talking to the panelists, people who are going to be presenting, discussing, and we're getting people from Tanzania who can share their situations and through the scenario. So we try to discuss and see what we can discuss with them, and then continue that process when we get there. So that is ongoing right now. So medical mission, we already discussed this before, but I'm just putting it through so you know what exactly is happening. So the date is, of course, September 9 to 23, but I know that some of us are leaving on the 8th at night because of the way the tickets came out. I believe everybody has their travel insurance right now. If not, please get one. And the travel insurance covers your ticket and in case of any emergency happen, like medical emergency. So we are able to stabilize you over there and bring you back home as fast as we can, and you can continue getting your medical help. Right now, as of today, we have 15 people from US going to Tanzania. So thank you, Dr. Msambichaka, Dr. Gwen Randall, Dr. Dorothy, Bree, Brianna, Ms. Janet, Alisa, Tonisha, Christy, Lucas from Tanzania, Dr. Redempta from Tanzania, Mr. Tamasha from Tanzania, Dr. Patricia, Sharon, and Mr. Victor Ngoi. Those are healthcare worker peoples. And then the rest, non-healthcare workers, thank you very much, Mr. Frank. Mrs. Christine Behuniaki, Mr. Steve Jones, Miss Christine Peters. Oops, my screen is stuck. There we go. Mr. Kelvin, Miss Leah, and Miss Lucia. So thank you very much for dedicating the time and go and helping Tanzania. So for the people who are going from US, just make sure you submit those forms. I know there was only a few people left. The majority of you have submitted. Thank you very much. And those forms are the confidentiality form, do no harm, global volunteer codes, and then the guides for the vaccines. So if you cannot find that vaccines information, let me know. But these are the things that you just screenshot that page, take it to your doctor. This is a recommendation from the CDC, what you need to get for the malaria, anti-malaria, and other medication you need to get. It has to be for your physician because it's the one who knows or she knows what you can or cannot take. So please make sure you get those information now, because some of the medication might be more than a month, and the insurance sometimes doesn't cover anything more than 28 days. So it's better to ask now, and then so you can get the first part of your medication and then get the second part before you leave. But if not, then just we figure out that part. We can explain you later when you come back. We need to finish the dose, because sometimes if you're getting a weekly dose, they want to give you on a 4, and remember you need to take two weeks before you go, and then by the time you come back, it'll be 4 weeks already. So you have to make sure when you come back immediately get the rest of the medication, because you have to take 4 weeks afterwards. But if you have any questions, just let me know, and then we can continue to discuss what things you need to do to make sure you have those medication before you go. As far as I know, people who have taken the medication, only probably 1 or 2 people have actually took like other medication, anti-malaria, anti-diarrhea or nausea medication or UTI. The rest of the people have been healthy, and thanks to prayers of family members and friends, and especially Mr. Steve Jones for praying for us every morning to make sure we are safe and healthy. And we have been coming back home healthy. So we thank God for that. The next one is just a travel insurance, which we already discussed that part, and this was just a sample from last time. One of the things that we've been doing to try and encouraging or support the medical mission is people have been doing like a Facebook birthdays and collecting supplies from individual group, and then if the glasses have been collected. So we collected so much stuff. We'll be able to give you the itemized lists when we come back, because the majority of the stuff have been shipped to the agents, which is unfortunately that we may or may not get them when we get there. So that is another discussion for another day. But we are working diligently to try and figure out what we need to do, which will be at the end of this meeting. We're going to discuss a few things, what we need to do to try and make the best experience we have. I mean, we are going to have a best experience anyway, but if we don't have our supplies or what things that we need to try and figure out what is absolutely necessary to have for training. And those are the things that we need to have. And I'm going to ask every single volunteer that the second check-in bag should be only for the donations that we need to use during the training. And then the first bag, it can be yours, and if you have space in there, we appreciate if we can get even more stuff in that part. The reason I'm asking that is because then that will help the organization not to pay extra fees for the extra bag, because any extra 50-pound bag is $250, and that's a lot of money for everybody if we end up just paying for all those money, because that money could be used for something else that will benefit the people who are going over there. But we discuss more in at the end to get your guys' opinion. Let's keep going. Individual projects. So we do remember, I already shared this before, and I'm continuing to share this because I am so grateful, and the organization is grateful for the people who take charge and take the lead for these things. So Catherine and Tanisha for the glasses, Professor Hector George also for the sanitary pads, and Dr. Gwen was in both places, glasses and the sanitary pads. So these girls are going to benefit. The 5th, 6th, and 7th grade, they're going to benefit from those sanitary pads. Yes, we might not have them when we are there, but we're going to work out something to make sure at least we have a little bit to be able to, when we're discussing with them, how to keep clean during the menstruations. And then so they don't miss school and things that they can do to take care of themselves and self-esteem to build up, so they will be able to become grown-up, self-assured women. For the glasses, yes, we're going to be able to, we're still collecting glasses, and we have another donation from one of the QHSC friend who said she has 100 glasses, which I think Dr. Gwen is going to get them soon. And then we're going to take those with us. So when we're doing the initial vision screening for the adults, the parents of the children at school, then you'll be able to use those ones and then take down the list of the people, the list of the names of the people who had any visual difficulties, or they have any problem with, or they need the glasses. So then we can, once the shipment arrives, then we can deliver those glasses through Dr. Redemptor and Miss Clara and Mwalimu Mkuu there, Miss Marian. Okay, Alisa, thank you for the NSNA. She was able to collect some of the sanitary pads and the thermoregulation items to help with the training with that part. So thank you, and please pass along our gratitude and thank you. Many thanks to South University and the Nursing Student Association. We appreciate that support. Janet, thank you for the backpack and school supplies she collected and get people to go, and all these things are covered. The backpack, the kids will get them, those soft backpack and the school supplies. So they're all in the shipment. So we'll keep praying and praying miracles that the shipment arrive when we are there, so we can get to actually deliver to the kids. But if not, we'll get flexible and get the QHSC team in Tanzania to help us deliver what time they get there. Bree, because she's on the postpartum hemorrhage, she's been collecting all the chalk, the pads, scales, and gloves. And then this was done already. This not, I mean, I forgot to change that almost, but yeah, it's done, it's shipped. Unfortunately, we're not going to have it with us, but we're going to get creative again. We also have the CPR training staff is here. Yay! So we have our CPR family, which has 2 adults, 1 child, and 2 infants. Although those infants look so big to me, but like almost diabetic baby infant. But that's okay. We're going to work with what they call infant. And I'm sure Dr. Sambichaka, Dr. Dorothy, and Dr. Sharon we see those babies are almost giant babies because they used to work with those little teeny tiny babies. But anyway, we're going to work with what the CPR world think those an infant with the training for the CPR and ventilation. Nutrition, Ms. Christine and Ms. Teresa, they did an absolutely amazing job. And thank you for all the people who donated to that. We are able to cover the 2 weeks and all the water bottles for all the kids. So thank you, Jesus, for that. So they will get the food when we are there and the following week when we are not there. So the Cliff Bars already shipped. They will arrive, unfortunately, afterward, but the date down is just they arrive in Virginia, and thank you, Mr. Pranka, to be able to take them to the shipping company. But anyway, as I said, I don't give up. I'm still praying that whatever the day they ship, it's going to be arriving. So all these are the Z-Bar from the Cliff Bar company. Thank you, Ms. Teresa, for arranging that part. Okay, so the visa applications, I know I sent them information, I believe on Tuesday last week, I think. So people have been applying and stuff, and I know a little bit of issues people have. Always is the last page when you put your pictures and your copy of the passport page. So it has to be smaller than, I think, 300, I don't know. So usually take that picture, open that picture on your computer or on your phone and then take a screenshot of it. So it's going to reduce that, like the size of it. So then it will be easier to upload. And then I want to send you the 5 documents, the attestation, the organization annual report, the IRS saying that the QHSC is a nonprofit. And then also I gave you the invitation letter. So those are 4 documents you need to put it in there. And I already, when you're filling out that page, the last page, I know whatever they're asking, it might not match what I'm asking you to give, but just look at the screenshot, what document I put on each area. So that's what we have been doing before, because I did ask them earlier. I mean, this is 2 years ago, which document they need specifically for people from here. Because remember, that form is generic to everybody. So for us, and it's exactly those forms you need to put on that order. So then you'll be able to, they'll be able to pull it out. And since you're applying as part of the group, just make sure you are able to follow that. So then they don't have any question or concern when you're doing your application. As I said, a lot of people have been able to done. One of the issues that we noticed for about 3 or 4 people, including myself, was when you use the MasterCard, it keeps saying unsuccessful transaction and stuff. But majority of people who use Visa, it was accepted the first time. So I'm not sure what the heck his issue is. We have, I've used that card for the international transaction all the time and it's been accepted. So that this time it doesn't work. If you try and it works for you, great. So any question about the Visa? Anybody? Somebody?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, so for the document that I sent you guys about the tips and parking and stuff, so these are things that I want to take you to pay attention when you're looking at that document. We already discussed about each volunteer is going to have the personal bag, the check-in bag, and then the carry-on bag, and then the 2 check-in bags. All of those are included with the ticket if you bought through Nobel. So you're going to have your personal bag, your carry-on bag, and the first bag. I'm not sure how much size in there. You don't need to pack it too much because you're going to be working majority of the time and only just few days with the fun part. But if you can give us the second bag, the second check-in bag, all of it for £50, all of it for the donations, then we appreciate that part. So we're going to discuss, I'm going to start talking to individual people and then figuring out how much space you have. If you have a suitcase, then I can ship stuff to you, so you'll be able to pack it. People in Florida, we're gonna pack them here at the house, and then we just distribute to people once it's completed. We're gonna show you what exactly is in there, so you're aware of it. There's no hiding stuff in there, so we just put only the thing that we need to do for the medical mission. And then so I need to know exactly what is in there because I have to write those things and ask for permission when we're going through the airport, so then they don't have to start acting funny. And then things are in there. So for people who are not here in Florida, then we discuss individually, and then I will ship things to you so you can help us pack, and then take it with you to the airport, check in, and then we get it when we get to Dar es Salaam. And thank you in advance for everybody. And I know some people are collecting stuff, so we will discuss then what things are absolutely necessary to take this time, because we have to revise our plan again. Okay, so the second part is, the second question is, make sure you get at least 1 black t-shirt with a logo from Etsy, because that's the t-shirt like the one I'm wearing right now. Sorry, when we stop sharing, then I will show you. So everybody needs that black t-shirt, because when we have those t-shirts, we're going to be able to take a picture as a group, so we match everybody else. I know Etsy has so many beautiful things with the QHSC logo, and every transaction you do, a small amount goes to QHSC back to the organization, which those are the funds that can help. Like, for example, on a Monday, I have to transfer fund it to the to pay for things in Tanzania. So there's wire transfer. People who know like bank transfer, you have to do the wire transfer almost like $50. So those are the little things that could help with the transaction of the organization to try and pay for those unscheduled or unplanned expenses for the organization, especially for people who are traveling. So any little things that you buy at Etsy, it does help us to support that way. There's a lot of stuff you can get from Etsy, the blankets, the sweatshirts and stuff. I think Bree shared that link. So if you have any questions, please find Bree. Okay, the third point is sending money for the logistics stuff. As I said, we start paying for things in the logistics. So the money that you're supposed to give for the Tanzania logistics, please send them. You can use through Zelle, Venmo, or Cash App. Let me know, and you can transfer it straight to the organization account, and then so it will be easier to pay as a group from there. The email tip I already sent it to you. Just please look at it and then let me know if you have any questions. I try to put as much information as I think you need. And most of the time that document has been updated from each medical mission, because I get information from people and then I say, oh, people need to know about this. So I add in that document. It's a little bit few pages, several pages. So just be patient, look through it and see if there's something that does not make any sense or is not clear, so I can explain to you. I don't want you to go there blindly and you said, oh, I did not know that. I would rather answer the question when I know exactly what you need to understand from there. 2 things I need from you guys, especially the people who are going and ready to hit the road. I need your profile picture so we can make a badge, because everybody who is going there needs to wear a badge, and this is QHSC badge. You wear it all the time that you're doing the organization activities. So going to school, going to the hospital, going to volunteer in the community. So all those badge needs to be worn on the top, either left side or right side of your shoulders there. We want to be visibly, we want to be showing the QHSC, and if people look at you, they know for sure, okay, you are part of the team, and then you can go around that way. So it's going to have your profile picture, your name, and then your the logo so next to it. So please send me a picture that you want it to be visible, because it's going to be in every pictures and people will see it. So send me that picture. 2 by 2 would be great. Another thing is, I would like you guys to send me just 1 minute, maybe 1.5 minutes, maximum 2 minutes. So for individual message or video message saying the reason you chose to go. So this is, we're going to use it for the advertising to say, okay, Height is going because of this and this and this. Dr. Msambichaka is going because of this and this. So that just to give people a way out, to prepare people saying, okay, yeah, we are going because we have different reason, but common goal. So these are the things that we want to go and do in our medical mission, and why the reason we chose to go with QHSC. So just 1 to 2 minutes, it would be lovely. Send me through the phone or WhatsApp or email, because some people send an email. That's okay. I will be able to convert it and put on the little short video. Especially we want to start airing that within 2 weeks of the trip, just to inform, and you can share with your family members so they know you are going. Yay! And then to prepare them. So when we get there, we are planning to streaming live every event that we are doing, so the family member can see what you're doing, at least know where you are, so and know how great things you're doing over there. So that is part of the preparation. Okay. Another thing is the thing that I want you guys to know is the healthcare people. So you are going to be in the hospital, actually in the unit. So you are going to wear scrubs. So this time we are not going to buy scrubs, because we are giving you some breathing room to get your own scrubs. Some people want a different material, different, texture and stuff like that. That's okay. Fancy ones, that's fine, as long as they're black or navy blue. So we want those solid colors to be the theme everywhere we go, and that is going to match with people who are going to school or community who they are wearing black t-shirt. So at least we have the same things. Yes, your scrubs are not going to have the logo, but that's why we're going to have a logo and the button for the healthcare worker. So it's going to be still more visible for the QHSC, but at least we're wearing solid colors that they look at least similar to each other. So they know, okay, if they see those colors going around in the hospital, so they know, okay, this is the QHSC person going through that part. So you can cover, I know some people are asking me how many scrubs should they pack. So more like you're going to be in the hospital area. I'm going to share the schedule in a few minutes. You're going to be in the hospital area most of the time. So if you have 3 or 4 scrubs, that's fine. We are going to ask for the if they do laundry there. If not, people who lives in limited resources, you can rinse in the evening your scrubs and then hang it out and wear in the morning. So we are going to continue discussing that part and to make sure people have options. So, and the scrubs, there's so many videos online how to pack your scrubs so they're not as wrinkled as when you come out the next day. Because remember, we are supposed to look professional. We are all professionals. So we don't want people to come out like the scrubs are so wrinkled to a point that, people be wondering, okay, are these people really from US, and do they know what they're doing? Because that presentation matters for somebody. So if you go and to teach somebody else to be professional and accountable and responsible, and you look like you just woke up and you've no idea, nobody's going to listen to what we're saying. So please get those black or navy blue scrubs. If you have them, that's fine, as long as they're not worn out, something that will be great, because you can come back and still use it from your work. That's fine. Okay. And another thing, these are the things that I added here because people have been asking questions, and so just bear with me. I'm almost done with this list. Things that we need to know. So for the healthcare, typical day will be from 6:45 at the hospital to like 3:30, 3 to 3:30. So of course, we're going to have lunchtime. We're going to have in between those 15 minutes here break. So it's almost like you're taking a shift in US. So when we go to work, we go to work. So 6:45 being there so we can catch the night shift rounds when they're giving report at 7 o'clock. We're already there in whatever, if it's in the unit or if it's one area we're going, that's the plan. We have to do that. And we're going to be coming a lot of locations are within where we are living, like Mwananyamala. The hospital is Mwananyamala, is right there. But the following week is going to be a little bit going to Buguruni. So, but we share with that at what time we need to be ready and eat breakfast and then get there. So we share when we're doing the schedule in a few minutes. And then so people who are going to the community or to school, more likely will be going from 8 to 2 p.m. because the school usually ends at 2 and then come back. But leaving, what time are you leaving from the hotel? We're going to figure that part out because then I need to finish up. I just send the schedule to the driver. So he needs to give me like a tentative time, what time we need to be ready. So then that's the time we add it to what time we need to eat and then get there on time. As I said, we try to put the hotel close to the area that we're going to work, so minimize the working up time. But healthcare workers, we know if you need to be at work at 6:45, you need to do whatever you need to do to get there at 6:45. So that's what I'm hoping we're going to be achieving this time and make it more organized. Okay. I think that is my first step. Any questions from that before I share the schedule? I know the schedule, when it comes out, everybody's going to be interested. Any questions? Bree, any questions?
No questions.
Okay. Mr. Prang, Dr. Msamichaka, Dr. Dorothy, any questions?
Can we wear Crocs or just sneakers?
So the temperature is very hot. I'm recommending wear sneakers, like one
Okay.
solid color sneakers. And also remember the soil is reddish, like reddish going to brownish versus like black. So, you know, it's going to stain. So I'm not recommending people to wear white sneakers, please, because it's going to get there so fast.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. That's very good, Tanisha, that question. I forgot to put that. See, I'm assuming everybody know the temperature. But yeah, so dark colors sneakers, that would be great. And it's a little bit, because it's going to be very hot. So at least breathing shoes, you know, like a chair, whatever. You guys, young people, know the design sneakers and stuff that are breathing room, because you're going to be wearing those probably at least, I would say, maybe kind of like 10 hours, because remember, you're wearing before you go through the day and then until you come back. So just wear something that is going to be comfortable, not too hot, because I'm thinking Crocs, unless maybe I'm looking at different things, it's going to get hot and warm or whatever. And sometimes you might be walking like outside. So it's hot. Like Florida hot?
Oh, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Let's see. Okay, I bought the ASAP travel insurance. That's not what you were talking about, right? You're talking about a different type of insurance.
She got the ASAP one from Noble.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, because that one does not cover medical. That one just covers the flight.
Okay. So I'll get the other one. Okay.
Yeah, we can talk afterwards. Yeah, but if you got from, oh, he should have told you that, because I did tell him people should not buy with a ticket. I want them to buy separate, because when you buy with a ticket, it's expensive. It's like $150. Right?
Yes.
Yes. So I told him not to let people buy that. Okay, we talk.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, no,
sorry.
that's fine.
Okay.
I'm glad I know that, because we had a similar situation for another person, which he could have been share that with the person, and then that person got the tickets, the insurance that way, and it does not cover the medical, and we were able to figure that part out. But I will talk to him, and we see what we can do. You need to buy the one that's including the ticket and the medical, and then so just in case if we need to, then yeah. And usually it doesn't get to be that expensive, no. But at least it's covering the medical part, yes. Like if there's an emergency, we stabilize you, and then they send you back here, via flight, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
I was going to mention if you plan on taking pictures. If you don't save them to a cloud or something like that, to try and clear up some memory space on your phone before the trip.
That's a good idea. I need to clear mine because mine is already has almost 3 medical missions. Now it's telling me, do you want to expand? I'm like, no, I don't want to expand anymore. I want to take the stuff out. But yeah, so we are going to take a lot of pictures. We are going to ask you to take a lot of pictures, but just be aware of, in fact, thank you, Mr. Pranka, for mentioning that. Be aware that you do not post a picture with identifiers. I mean, for healthcare people, you know what I mean when you said it without the identifier, because we don't want anything like people can go back and identify that patient in the unit. If it's a group picture or it's something that we need to use later in QHSC for fundraising or asking, let's say a good example with Lady V, when she went last year, she took pictures of the people who with a burn, extensive burn. So we are going to take those pictures and use for asking for donors to try and help us if we can buy, things that can help with the skin healing and stuff, raising money for that. So those are things that we talk to the administration, they give us a go ahead and if we can use something like that. So the same thing if we are at the hospital, yes, you're going to do a lot of good stuff and people are going to be very grateful and want to take pictures with people from America, even people from Global Volunteer from Tanzania. That is great. But if it's something that is going to expose the person, who the person is, and maybe the disease or whatever, we have to be careful. Before you post anything, it's just let me know. So if I see that, I can ask the administration and make sure, okay, is this okay with you guys? Most of the time they're okay, but I need to be able to say, yes, I am aware of it, because they're going to come back to me and ask, do you know one of your volunteer have done this and this? I need to be aware of, so then at least we're in the same story. So if there's something that I think, okay, maybe it's a little bit iffy, then we say, no, we don't do that. But they always very, very grateful. You're going to probably deliver with somebody, like people who are in postpartum area and labor and delivery. You might go in there and help somebody else to labor and, like you do all these interventions, nurses. And then so they deliver a baby and they want to name the baby after you. Ask you to take a picture with them. It's great, but we need to make sure that things, they're decent, covered and not exposed and stuff like that. So because they get so excited. I mean, Catherine and Valentine last time, we have a baby who is called Logan out there because of a great job that Valentine did with his mom. She had a boy and she named after Valentine's son. So they are very grateful, things like that. But let's share that information before we make it public, so just I know what could be okay or what is not okay, and just to make sure we protect ourselves and protect the organization. We are going to do things for the organization. We are going to do things as an organization. We are the representative of the organization. So if we carry ourselves that way, everything else will be just perfect. Good. Okay, so now everybody's waiting for the schedule. So I am going to pull up the schedule.
Ta-da!
I know everybody's like, just stop talking, give it. Okay, hopefully you see. I'm sorry if it's too small. Oh, no.
Okay, that sounds, looks like something that's really easy to read.
Yes, so let me see. Oh, there we go, perfect. So I'm trying to make it as big as I can so you can see. So you see on the left side, you say the name of the volunteers, and then I put dates as we get there. So we are going to get there at 9:10. I know some people are getting very early. Christy, I've already made the arrangement with the person over there, so everything is settled. You don't need to do anything extras. So thank God. Now we are all arriving in the Marge Plaza. I know there's some people who I put homes here because they're not going to be at the hotel, but which is fine. That is by design. Okay, so let's go to, Monday. So Monday, we are going, all of us from US, we're all of us going to the Kiowa Regional Hospital. That is the hospital that we're going to be doing CPR and ventilation day one. And thank God that we don't need any supply from that shipment, because people, we bought those things, we raised money and bought those things, and we have those things with us, so we don't have to worry about it. So that one is going to be complete and trained without any issues. So everybody's going to be there, so we can get a little tour in the morning and meet everybody else there. And then the non-healthcare workers, we go to school. But let me finish for the healthcare worker first. We can see that green. So the healthcare workers will stay there, which will be about 12 of us. We stay there and then doing the CPR and ventilation. So as I said, we have 5 mannequins, 2 adults, 1 child, and 2 infants. So we're gonna put different station of those individuals. We are going to be prepared before we get there. We're going to share like what exactly we need to do, what information we need to share. Bree has been working behind the scenes gathering those information. We're going to share probably within a week or 2 things that the script that people will be using similar. This is not a BLS, complete course of BLS. No, similar, we are matching those things, yes. We are using references as American Heart Association and American Red Cross, yes. But we are not going to certify anybody else at this time. This time is only focusing on the clinical skills assessment and what the efficiency of chest compression, what position they need to do, what with the frequency, what is the relationship between the compression and the ventilation. So we're focusing on that part and how to identify if somebody who's really experiencing the cardiac arrest or what they need to do. How would you know? So those things we're going to be teaching them. So we're going to put people in different groups to try and manage the people who are coming over there. So this is like a military hospital, so they're going to need efficiency. They are efficient. We need to be efficient to match their time. So we are going to play around to plan out, and you see exactly details how it's going to be. And then so who is going to be on which station, 1, 2, 3, 4, and what exactly do you need to do, and get people to go from one station to the next, to the next, to the next. And then so I said our goal is we were discussing with the regional person there. They want as many people as they can because they might not have, recently trained. So it's like, if we do that, we just make sure at least everybody knows how to hold their hands, CPR, how to do the ventilation and bagging, what do they need to do, how much depth and stuff. Those things we need to review with them. But I said, don't worry about it. We're going to be reviewing those things before we get there, and everybody's going to give a little script. So we're going to have the same content to share, and every station is going to have somebody who speaks Swahili. So just in case if somebody needs explanation in Swahili, then we will be covered. But so that's for the healthcare people. The people who are non-healthcare, who are going to the school. So there's a challenge this week, medical mission. The school is out. This week we are arriving, so September 11 to September 15, the school is out. However, we have the parents of the children. We be there Monday and Tuesday. So the parents of the children, we need vision screening and visual acuity check. We do have the team with Dr. Redempta from Tanzania, which she is the optometrist. She has another doctor, Dr. Ngoi, there. And then so she just need people to go and help, like logistic part, like what we did. Mr. Steve Jones is aware of it, and he's an expert on that area too. And Mr. Pranka, they know exactly what you need to be doing. Registration. So, because this is going to be like almost you're registering somebody, get their information, and then you have to go there and do the vision acuity there. Look at the eyes and see, write that numbers, and then send them to the doctors. So it's going to be like a rotating. According to the head teacher, Miriam, a lot of parents are going to be there. So how many, I don't know, but they're going to be there because they know majority of them have never had vision screening at all. And from what we did last year for the parents and adults, we had 47 of people who came. 47% of those adults could not see that far. So they have vision issues. So that's one of the area that this medical mission, we were focusing on adults. So because we want to try and help them, to give them at least some opportunities to do. And we collected so many glasses. It's unfortunate that some of it will not be there when we get there, but we collected so many glasses that Dr. Redempta is going to help us to distribute during that time, but also when we leave, she's going to have to go back and give those glasses again to the people who identify needing those glasses. I think we have closed a pair. Bree, how many did you pack them? Number.
Close to 5 something.
Yeah, so I think we are getting to almost 1,000. Yeah, because after that, those are the ones only you have to pack. But Dr. Gwen had extras, and then we have extras here, and somebody's going to give us more. So it's almost close to 1,000 glasses. I mean, that is a beautiful thing that people were donating glasses. These are majority of them are readers, and then some of them have, you know, like a prescription number, which Dr. Redempta is going to help us to read and be able to help and give the people who really needs. As I said, these are the parents that majority of them never had any vision screening in their life. So at least they'll be able to get to see, and they will get the glasses. So that is a beautiful thing. So you see those, you can see the, Mrs. Christine Behuniak there and Leah, those ones we go with the nutrition. So when the parents are there for the vision screening and stuff while they're waiting, Mrs. Christine Behuniak and Leah are going to be talking to them about things that they can eat to help with the vision. So they need to talk to them because they're going to be talking to the kids the following week. And that's why I remember the parents, if the parents know that, then they'll be able to buy that same food for them and the kids to help with the vision healthy. So that's the part which Mwalimu Mkuu, you know, the head teacher also agrees to that. And she thinks the parents will benefit by getting some nutrition lessons. So then we're going to probably try to organize when they're coming, while they're waiting for the vision screening, put them in the group and say, oh, maybe, I don't know, 10 at a time to go and they get the screening while the other 10 gets the nutrition. And Mrs. Christine Behuniak is working on the little, like badge buddies. The healthcare people know what I'm talking about. Badge buddies, like something that you put a little small size that has information. And I said, they do visually, not necessarily people can read, just do visual, like you put a little eye and then type of the food that they need to eat. So then when they're going to buy that type of food, they know, okay, this is the vision healthy or the, you know, like helping for the, with the kids. So she's working on it. When it's ready, then we might be able to share on September, I mean, the next meeting to see, okay, this is what we're going to be teaching and stuff like that. So something like that, she's working on it. And we have a good crew on the school there, leading with Mr. Porank and Mr. Steve Jones, Christine Peters, Mwalimu Kara, that's the teacher who was there last year, and then she's willing to come and help us. So she's one of our group now. Mr. Kelvin and Miss Lucia are also going to be helping with the vision. So we do get all those 6 other people who can help with the vision. And that's what Dr. Redempta wanted, 5 to 6 people to help with the vision screening and vision acuity. So that is one day. Do you guys understand what it's going to be? Any questions for that day? And then I can just go over quickly the rest of the week. Going once? Nothing?
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear.
Okay, thank you. So then day 2, that's the Tuesday now. So the healthcare workers, we go to Mwananyamala, and then the non-healthcare worker, we go back to school, because remember we have 2 days for the parents at school, and the nutrition also stay 2 days over there. So if you look at the top, if you see your name and you see those, like, I don't know, sometimes the colors looks weird in the Zoom. To my side is a little bit like, kind of like light pink. So that is almost the postpartum hemorrhage group, which is gonna also be involved with the CPR on the 2nd day at Mwananyamala. So the healthcare workers, we go to Mwananyamala 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Sorry. And then so if you see that your light pink colors, those will be in the postpartum hemorrhage group. Postpartum hemorrhage group is going to go inside the labor and delivery, labor with patients, teach or communicate with the nurses and the doctors during the labor to identify people who are at risk for postpartum hemorrhage, make sure the admission or the screening is done before that patient delivers, and hopefully that patient delivers while we are there. So then we can see what the items used during the delivery, and then so we can quantify the blood loss. And then identify, okay, the patient was screened, the patient was had the delivery, and how much we think the quantification blood loss at the delivery. And is this patient potential for postpartum hemorrhage? And if so, what are the things that they need to do? So it has to be like we have to walk through patients to be able to share what we do here, and then hopefully we see what they do over there and try to mirror each other. And then also the goal is just to quantify the blood loss, because they've been only estimating, and we are trying to make sure that they can identify people who are at risk by becoming more objective value versus estimating. And then so we need to show them things that we do weighing. And so we bought the scales, but then the shipping. But we're going to try to get at least another one or two scales and then teach them. Once the other ones comes, then we're planning to give them at least each hostel we get a number of it. So I don't want to say the number until they get there. So that's the part which you are hoping. And then at the end of those 3 days, we can say maybe how many people we saw. And if you estimated this is how much it is, and this is quantified, this is how much it is, and how can we identify people who are at risk? Because currently right now, the statistics says almost 47% of the women who are experiencing postpartum hemorrhage could die because of the postpartum hemorrhage. So we are trying to play with that number to try and reduce it as much as you can by sharing what we screen them and then quantify and see, okay, if you are guessing and your actual number of weight, does that make the difference? And then just try to show them as we work with them and see what they can do. So you can see for the Alisa, Tanisha, Christian, Janet, you can see your color changes between those 3 days. The reason they change because I want you guys to get another opportunity to go with different healthcare group to be able to see different areas. So, for example, the first day, Alisa is going to be with the Dr. Msamichaka, Dr. Dorothy, and Dr. Sharon for the pediatric area. Either they go to rounds or they go to a C-section or they go whatever they're going to do with those baby. So Alisa can join them, and so there'll be another presence of a nursing. She's a nursing student, so another presence for nurses, so she can learn the role on the side of the nurses from Tanzania, what they do as the doctors are seeing these babies, assessing these babies, or share what they do for the babies. So Christy is going to go with the Dr. Gwen Randall, who is going to be in the OR doing surgeries and see what they do in surgery, pre-op, intra-op, and post-op. What are the things that they need to do? So Christy is going to be going with them to be able to learn the nursing side of it and support what she knows from here, what she's seen here, and what the Tanzania do. So at least we can have real support presence of a nursing student from here. And then Janet is going to stay with the postpartum hemorrhage group that first day. The second day, Tanisha is going to go with the PED team, and then Janet is going to go with anesthesia group, and then Alisa stays with the postpartum group. So that is just, you can see those colors are changing because we are trying to balance at least not to make each group too big. Yes, my name is in there, but more like I might not be an actual area. So chances I might be going different areas. So there left is only 3 people plus 2, 3 people plus 2, and 3 people plus 1. So postpartum group also maybe 4 at least. And then PEDS group is going to be 4 also. And then the last day on the Thursday is going to be 5 because there are 2, a nurse and a nursing student will be there with the PEDS just to see what the process is. Okay, so for the healthcare people, does that make any sense? Please, if you've been...
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so for the non-healthcare workers for on Wednesday and Thursday, there's something we're working behind the scene. I will let you know. I don't want to promise it yet, but there's something that either you might come up with us to Mwananyamala and this little project we're going to do, but I'm going to discuss it with you. So you're not going to stay in the hotel. No, you're going to be with us either in Mwananyamala at the hospital or Mwananyamala community activities, but I will let you know probably by the end of the week or so, coming week. You will definitely know before we get there, you will know. So you will have something to do those 2 days, but I just left it there for now because there are a couple of things I'm working on it. Because we were also thinking of going to school to see another project, but I realized we don't have those supplies, so I had to move that part because I don't want you guys to be there without the supplies. So that's why this space is there, but you're gonna have something to do. Okay, so you can see Friday is, it's like a white. So Friday is half day. So people are gonna just sleep in. After working those 4 days, people are gonna sleep in a little bit at the hotel. And then around noon, we're gonna leave to go to Zanzibar. So we're gonna have a ferry, board the ferry to Zanzibar and get there probably around 3 or 4 or whatever, and we go straight to the hotel. And then, so this is where we go to Zanzibar. It's just like kind of like a staycation or just somewhere to breathe and just know what is around Zanzibar. That's like an island next to Tanzania. And then, so this is just for relaxing and people can enjoy Indian Ocean. If you've never been to Africa, you do need to be in the Indian Ocean. So that's the place that, so we are going to have that kind of like a quarter of a day on Friday. And then Saturday, the whole day we're going to be there. And then Sunday, after breakfast, we leave and then go through the city of Zanzibar and then come back to Dar es Salaam. And then so you can see people who are going there, it's already identified that way. So of course, pack your swimsuit if you want to go enjoy the beach. And then so we give more details of people who are going there. I don't want to bore other people who are not going there, but we share a lot of information that we'll be doing at Zanzibar, resting and stuff, at least after working so hard those 4 days. Okay, coming back that Sunday afternoon, evening, and then we're just getting ready for Monday now. So Monday, let me move this one so you have 1 minute. Okay, so Monday now we come back to another hospital. It's called Buguruni. That's another district hospital. So the same thing, what we did in Mwananyamala, that's what exactly we're going to do in Buguruni and Amana. So Buguruni is only for 2 days, and then the 3rd day is going to be Amana. You can see there's some people who have like a red color there, so school and pad, school and pad. So these are the ones that are going to be going to school and help the school team to work with those girls, 5th, 6th, and 7th grade, to do the hygiene, the menstruation period hygiene for these girls, teach them, like to be taking care of themselves, things that they need to know what is going on with their body, and then so they understand themselves and not be shy about that. There's nothing to be embarrassed about that, just to take care of themselves and make sure they're clean, and then they don't miss a school. So that's the part which we collected so many, almost more than 5,000 pads, sanitary pads. Unfortunately, they're not going to be there. But we are working to try and get at least something to give it to them so they see and show them how to use it. And then when they get that supply, and then we're going to help ask our QHSC group in Tanzania to help us sort it out, because we're supposed to get few pads in each bag and the cloth to try and help them, to keep them clean. There was some soap donated that part also, just to, wash their hands and make themselves clean so they don't have to smell during that time, because that's what is happening now. The girls don't want to go to school. They're embarrassed, or they're smelling and people are making fun of them. So we need to build their self-esteem by showing them that is just one phase of being a girl, a woman. So they need to be okay with that part, and all the things that they can learn to take care of themselves during that time, and then be able not to miss school and be able to have the same options in school as the boys in the school. Okay, you can see those colors again changes. Christy is going to be with the anesthesia team, and then Alisa is going to be anesthesia team on the Tuesday for Buguruni, and then same thing for Amana if your color changes like that. For the healthcare people on Thursday, you can see the school physical, physical and then school physical. So Tamasha and Mrs. Janet, the nurses, are going to join the doctors, Dr. Msambichaka, Dr. Dorothy, and Dr. Sharon, to do physical at school. So that is, we all go in a manner in the morning, have, like a brief morning to know what their process is. They're going to share what usually they do for the neo part and the OB part. And then the peds or neopats is going to leave to go back to school to do the physical, probably around 9 or 10. But then the postpartum group stays in Amana for the rest of the day to do the same thing that they've done Buguruni and Mwananyamala. Go to the room, stay with the labor patients, screening, postpartum hemorrhage screening, and then quantification of the blood loss until the end of the day. And then we're going to meet at the hotel. So go back to the school group. Mrs. Christine Behuniak and Miss Leah, those are our champions for the nutrition group. So they're going to do nutrition, because this is the full week that the students are going to be there. So Monday through Thursday, they are going to be doing that part, school and nutrition for these kids, all the 7th grades. Oh, and 8th grade. I mean, the awali, the pre-K, we call it here. So they're going to do the nutrition. So they'll be busy. And then the rest of the group are going to be doing sports. So the first day in school, there are some activities Molim Clara is working on it to try and help us. So you are all going to be school and then do the sports. The same thing on Tuesday, school. So the sports is going to be have 3 people there. And then because the other people are going to help with the pads, and then continue sports again the next day. And then, so Christine Peters and Mwalimu Krala is going to help with the physical, because we need people who are speaking Swahili there and help with that. So Ms. Krala is going to be there. Tamasha also speaks Swahili. She's from Tanzania. So that's why the doctors will get those people. And we're going to have another teacher to help the third doctors. So then we have somebody who is speaking Swahili all the time to try and help them with translation with these kids when they're doing physical. And then so then the 4th day, every single person is going to go to school, but Bree has a special assignment. I'm going to tell her in a few minutes. So the rest of the group are going to be in school, and then do, you know, like they finalize this, the school, and then usually it's like a half day, they do probably around 1 or 2. Everybody else is going to go to the magnet. So for the magnet, that's the athletic group. We're going to teach them about the sports and not sports, sorry, prevention of minor injuries. And then also they want first aid. So I was going to ask the doctors, all these pediatric kids, I mean, they're up kids 17, 18 over there. We're playing sports. So they are requesting to see if we can do something with first aid education. Last year, I think Dr. Epopo, she did, she did the minor prevention and just a little bit of the first aid. So they are requesting the same thing. And we know with the athletes nowadays, I mean, there are a lot of cardiac arrest situations arising for sports and stuff. So everybody, they're worried about those things. So if we can have just a little bit, maybe half an hour, whatever, discussion, something to help them, just a little overview for an athletic or an active young, or these young men, what are they need to do? So that's what they're asking. They do also have a nurse who is helping with those first aiding on the team. And now I think that nurse also is going to help us on Thursday with the physical too. She's going to be there. So you have a third person from Tanzania who speaks Swahili and that is on the healthcare part, then she can help with the physical of those kids. But as I said, everybody else is going to be there at school. So since they were asking about that Thursday, about the first aid and stuff, so Bree is going to be with the magnet team in the morning and working with that nurse that Thursday to help her with the CPR, you know, like the ventilation and stuff. So there's other coaches and stuff, so they might be working in the morning to try and teach the coach and to do, you know, identification, what to do in the hospital, identification, and know somebody who is in trouble, and then CPR, ventilation, and compression, what do they need to do? So that's why Bree is going to be in there in the morning to try and do that. So when we join her in the afternoon, everybody's going to come and just finishing up with what they're requesting that way. And then on Friday is the shopping day. There's some activities being arranged right now, but I know majority of the time in the morning, wherever people wake up and then go do shopping, because that will be our last day in Tanzania. And then in the evening, we might have something to do, but we'll let you know as soon as I know, I confirm, and then there'll be just an activity. So we might be asked to just pack at least one thing nice to wear. But I'll give you more details later. And then Saturday, we are coming back. Okay, any questions?
I was going to add, so yeah, usually during the evenings, we usually do packing and preparing of supplies for distribution and stuff like that. So everybody just still be ready. That may still arise. We may have limited supplies, but we may still have to do that. So we'll have some packing parties in the evening and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind.
Thank you, Mr. Franklin. In fact, that was the next thing I was doing. Thank you for connecting to it. So with all that schedule, remember I said I put it 6:45 to 3:30. Yeah, we know transportation, traffic, we know that. So we might get maybe to the hotel 4:30, coffee before 5. Anyway, so dinner is going to be as a group. And then so like what Mr. Pranka was referring to, usually at the end, I mean, after dinner, we have, you know, like try to sort out. Let's say tomorrow we are going to give the backpack, for example. usually the night before we start sorting stuff, things that go into the backpack, how many, and we distribute in the bags. So when we go the next day at school, then we have things already settled down. The same thing for the healthcare part, usually like a postpartum hemorrhage tomorrow for this place. So we have all our pads, all our stuff sort out in the bag, and then just have the bag ready to go. Because in the morning, you don't want to start sorting out in the morning because you never find anything in the morning. So we grab and go. So that's the same thing that, yes, you may have limited resource supplies this time to sort out, but still remember everybody has packed in different bags. So we need to bring that second bag in one common area, take it out, and start sorting out. Maybe this goes Monday to Mwananyamala, sorry, Kilwa Hospital. This goes to Mwananyamala on Tuesday. This goes on Thursday. So we still have to do that part. It might not be as extensive as last time because we don't have that many supplies, but still we just spare like 1-2 hours in the evening. We come together and sort out quickly. And then when you're done, you can go and relax. Some people wants to walk around in the evening, but just be careful. Your safety is important to me and for the organization and to your family. So we do stuff in a group. If you need to go somewhere else, please let me know, or Mr. Puranka know, or Dr. Msambichaka know. So then we know, okay, where are you going? And then can we make sure you are safe? We find maybe somebody to go with you. Because remember, if you don't even speak the language, they might see you coming in. So they're like, So we want to make sure that we make sure you are safe. And then so let me know, or one of us know that you at least see where you're going so we can take care of you and make sure you are safe and come back safely. The place that we're going to be staying right now is called the Marge Plaza. It's a hotel and it does have the swimming pool. So people who wants to relax in the evening in the pool, that's okay. Or they want to swim at 5 in the morning before going to work, that's fine. But just know, be aware of the times so we catch up to where we're supposed to go. The rooms there comes with breakfast. So we're gonna make sure we eat breakfast in the morning together and then go to wherever we're supposed to go. And the majority of the dinners are gonna be right there in the hotel. So again, a buffet, because I'm trying to make sure you guys have options because you don't know the food. If I say, okay, order, what are you gonna order? And they might have pizza on the menu, but the pizza in Tanzania is not the same as pizza in America. So just bear that in mind. So when you order something, they say maybe chicken tenders. It might have the same name, but it might not look the same. So just be aware of and don't say that does not look like that. They don't have the same menu from here. So yes, we are going to get water. It's hot. We're gonna get water. We're gonna try to make sure you get at least 2 bottles of water while you are at location, and then definitely dinners is gonna have water with them. Drink a lot of water, please. It's hot, and you're gonna get dehydrated very quickly. So stay hydrated. We're gonna try to get the water, and all the meals are gonna come with water. So we're gonna make sure people are hydrated all the time. We are doing bottled water. Don't drink from the tap, please. We're doing bottled water. So in each group, let's say postpartum hemorrhage, find Bree. For the pediatric group, find Dr. Msambichaka. And then for the for the anesthesia, Dr. Gwen. Okay, they can talk to you. For the school, either Mr. Puranka, if he's there, if he's doing something else, then Mr. Steve Jones. So let's communicate with those people so then at least we know we can share that communication very quickly and solve those things right then and there versus waiting until the end of the day. So we're gonna try to work as efficient as we can. And then if there's any issues, concern, please share that time. And then so we can be able to address it as quick as we can. Yes, Mr. Puranka.
Going to add a little expectations quip here. I don't know how to say it, but so Dr. Gavone Siakabe mentioned that they have a pool. So we talk about expectations, meaning don't think you're at the Holiday Inn and that you're going to be getting all this extra service at the pool, or that it's going to be like this large pool and all that stuff like that. It's going to be whatever it is. Don't think that it's going to be the same thing that you're used to here, even in your communities and stuff like that. It's probably going to be a little different. It's also, remember, it's also open to the public as well. So I believe when we were talking, going back and forth with them, so it is kind of like a novelty in the area. So a lot of people like to use it. So it's kind of like the community pool, even though it's in the hotel. So just keep that in mind. Another thing too that has come up in the past is ice. And this is again to hit on just the thing of expectation. You're not going to be staying at the Holiday Inn or visiting shoot, what's a good hospital? What's a well-known hospital in the United States? It's not New York Hospital. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with them, or one of those other big hospitals like we have in the States. It's not the same thing. So the expectations, just come with a clean slate and be ready to see open windows, hot air, sweating, all of that good stuff. Every year that I go, I lose weight. And the good thing is that the same weight that I lose, I keep it off. So hopefully I'll lose another 5 or 6 pounds. I'll be okay. But expectations, so no ice, you know, all the luxuries. If there's ice, we'll be happy. We'll take it. But it's going to be a little different for some of you who have not gone there. And then we mentioned safety as well in terms of wandering off. We've never really had a problem with that. So just remember, and I say this, and I'm not an expert, but I would say Tanzania is a relatively safe place. It is. You're not going to see a lot of crazy stuff going on there and all that stuff. It's not like that. Do they have thieves? It's just like anywhere else. As soon as the sun goes down, people close their eyes, stuff starts to disappear. That's just the way it is. So, you know, just make sure if you're going somewhere, not only should you let us know, but check with us first, and then don't let somebody just pull you and say, hey, Bree, you know what? I think you would like this spot over here. Da, 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 da. Why don't we just go Friday night or whatever? And then you just disappear to go off with this person. You say, hey, I'm just going here with so-and-so. We don't know where you're going or whatever. So we like to vet everything that you're doing too, to make sure that it's safe. Even for food, we're not going to just order food from somewhere unless we think it's someplace safe for you to eat, because I don't know if anybody's ever gotten sick when they've traveled overseas. It can be pretty shocking. So, and it will take you down for for a day or two, and you will lose some more weight. How's that?
But speaking of food, yeah, as he said, Tanzanians are very friendly people. They are very loving and accepting people to a point. And if they have a goal. So they are going to offer you, if you do something nice to them, they are going to offer you, oh, let's just take you to, please. They're very sweet talking people. So just be aware of. Yes, Dr. Msambichaka, go ahead.
I am driving, so hopefully I don't get cut up. I was just going to suggest something for your consideration, Dr. Gaboni. If you don't have things for people to do on some days, last year, Dr. Fabian and myself noticed that when we were like in the work areas, some of the equipment wasn't, labeled or put in stuff, and so we had thought of like getting, like the big plastic containers, the see-through ones, and just like helping them sort and label. It's, it's not a big task. It's not medical, but it can go a long way. If like people don't have things to do, like we could probably make that as a side thing that we do. Just like, okay, all the masks size, this size mask is in here. This size mask is in here. This, whatever the equipment that they're using at the delivery station, so that it's easily, they can easily find it. So just a suggestion, if truly we have people just sitting without anything to do because of the nightmare logistics that we've just encountered.
No, in fact, excellent, because that's what I was asking Dr. Benera, if there's certain things that I can bring people, or he's okay with people going. So no, that's a good idea. We can have, because there's only 6 people who can be added. So we can distribute them different areas and they can help that one. No, that would be beautiful. That would be great. They'll get to go there and work with everybody else. And I mean, some of them I was still working on other details, but some of them I was working on, because now if we have extra people that can help us logistically, like register people like as they come to do CPR. And I know you said you had extension, somebody's doing the resuscitation for the baby. we can have, people who just get the information logistically and write them down and then give them, okay, you finish it up. We can have that area be occupied by those individual 2 or 3 people here, 2 or 3 people there, and yeah. So good idea, thank you. So do we need to take like actually plastic bag, just
No, we were just gonna go at the market and buy them, like the see-through plastic, not the bags, like the containers, and then get markers and just label them.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
You know, like how here, if you're going to your delivery room, like everything is like, exactly where everything is. It's labeled. You have, I think we were thinking of even doing like what do you call those? Like inventory sheet, and just having it hang there so that they know, like box number 1 should always have this and this and this. It was gonna be something that we do, but then we the logistics of going to the market and we just did not have enough time. But that's something to think about. I'll bring labels and markers just in case we have downtime. But that's like something that's very simple. But it needs somebody doing it and to accomplish it.
No, bring them. We are going to do that because that's an added part. So then volunteers, the non-healthcare workers, they can help. We can distribute them in different areas. That's a good idea. Just bring them. How many do we need? Because I can see that working very well. We saw the same thing last year when we went to the delivery. Yeah.
I think we'll just assess, because it's almost all the areas that's like, when we went to the antenatal area, not the antenatal, like the labor and delivery area, even postpartum, but mostly was in the labor and delivery areas. Like, where's the mask?
Exactly.
Like we're, struggling to find just a basic things that should be like, you shouldn't have to think. It should always be in this spot. It should always be labeled. Because you always, in a case of an emergency, your brain doesn't always work the way, it works when it's calm. So.
Okay, we already found something to do. Yeah, because if I put 2 people in each area, we already have everybody covered. So that'd be perfect. Because I know we can use that. And then they can help with the CPR and the neonatal resuscitation, just to, when you guys are doing rounds, somebody can stay there just to make sure somebody's coming in and do whatever they need to do. Yeah, I think that'll be good. So for Mananyamara, it's covered then. Yeah.
Oh, and then I don't know how you guys, or if anybody is opposed to this, but a suggestion, we can throw some QHSC stickers on there too, on those kits.
That we sorted it out. Like
Yes.
we call it the bioengineering clearance at work. Yes, we can do that.
I don't know. We're going to be buying them at the Mananyamala market. So not sure, like if you have a way to stick them on, we can do that. But
we have plenty of stickers, Sambichaka. We have plenty of stickers because we are buying stickers for the water bottles. We have kind of more than 1,000.
That way it'll be a little fancy, how do you say Afia?
Okay.
We leave a mark that at least somebody was organizing stuff. Hopefully they remember us until they use that.
Oh, should I say Sapi? Yeah, I'm already confusing my words. It'll be Sapi Sana.
Yes, it's Sapi Sana, yes.
Nice and
That's
shiny.
a good idea, Dr. Sambichaka. Thank you. That's a great idea. Because I was asking him, like, kind of like a registration and stuff. They can go and see people coming in. So he was going to try to figure it out. But I think I like that one, just to get organized, get the sample, we'll give them like it's supposed to look like this, and then find a supply and then restock and stuff. So they'll be all organized in this shelf, especially those areas, like a little delivery kit. Yes. Like the neonatal stuff. Yes. Then no, I think that sounds great. I like it.
And then with that inventory sheet, I hate to kind of forecast, but they'll be able to tell you, well, we ran out of this a long time ago. We don't have this. This is missing from the kit, or whatever. Or they can even tell their own folks, if they need supplies and stuff like that, at least.
No, I like that. I like that. So I can add 2 people in each group. Yeah. And that will be covered. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Any other issue, concern?
Hi, Dr. Roney. I thought, I do a lot of cardiac arrest, pediatric heart disease, and maybe I can handle that section because that's what I do.
I was hoping, I was trying to like inch it in there.
Wait.
The pediatrician should do that. I knew I have somebody in my mind.
iPhone,
No.
iPhone, identify yourself. iPhone, identify yourself. This is
That's Dr.
QHSC
Sharon.
airspace.
It's Dr. Sharon, pediatric
Oh.
cardiologist.
Okay.
No, I knew you were there, so I was just inching it just to make sure.
Okay, yeah.
No, I
can do
love that.
Yeah, we can look at some EKGs and talk about rhythms and that sort of thing.
Yes, so yeah, we will discuss on the side and then just to see how much, and then if we have like something that we can hand over, especially those kids. Oh yeah, I think they would love that.
Mhm.
Because they're having so many things other than fainting with dehydration. Now we're worried
Right.
about overworking their heart, that the heart is not that strong, and things are happening.
Right.
And then so if we're playing on the field and the coaches may not know how to identify, and then somebody faint, they think maybe somebody fainted, they might have a cardiac arrest. I mean, we have not had anything bad that happened, but those things happen. And we don't want it to, when it happens, somebody at least initiating, information and call for
Right.
help, yes. So I think that would be great. I am so happy.
Okay.
Yes.
So one of the things that I'm a non-healthcare worker, but one of the things that we're looking to do with the CPR and a lot of stuff is to really kind of like use it as a multiplier so that even when we're not there, people can still save lives or kind of get people to the kind of help that they need and stuff like that. So
Do they have any resuscitation Annies or that sort of thing? The
No,
little cardiac arrest, they don't.
no.
I'll see if we can get one. They have them in, they give them to middle schools and things. Maybe we can find one. I know this one group. I don't know if they're still together. Maybe I can get some from them. They were
Okay.
part of Nova
Oh,
University.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that would be great. And as I said, I usually say in the beginning, I forgot today, for the healthcare workers, for all the knowledge you have, all the technology you have, it's great. But take it out and then go and teach exactly what you know to somebody who does not have any of those
Right.
support. So if we are able to do that, and I'm so glad Dr. Sharon, you are going with us, because that is the area that they asked previously, and we were like, oh, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do that, but she asked me again yesterday, and I was like, let me just put it in there. I know Dr. Msambichaka and Dr. Dawes are going to help me, but then so of course I knew you were coming, and I'm like, okay, I'm hoping Dr. Sharon is going to jump in there. And I'm glad you did. So that one definitely, because as I said, the kids, these young men, they're exposing themselves so much in the sun, playing over, and we usually go in that group and talk to them about nutrition and stuff. And of course, not everybody can afford to eat healthy, So some of them are underweight and some of them are overworking their body because they want to be better. They want to be getting, an option to make it better of their life. But screening and trying to make sure they're healthy athletically, it's a challenge because not everybody else can afford to go to the hospital and get that screen bit of help. So it's good if we are doing this little training here and there, and we can talk on the side and see how much time you may need in that area, and for the other doctors also can jump in there to see what exactly we can make a kind of a little comprehensive approach to those things, and then to address with that short limited of time we have, at least they can benefit with that, us being there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds good. Okay, anything else? I know there's a lot of stuff going on, but anything that I forgot? Mr. Prank, Bree, Dr. Msambichaka?
I sent you a message on WhatsApp. I don't know if you had a chance to see.
Nothing from my end.
Oh, last thing for the doctors in charge. I know Dr. Msambichaka I should have asked you beforehand, but so for I know previous when we went, we were heavy on COVID protection and stuff. And now, I mean, I know the CDC and the whole global health have lessened those restrictions and stuff. What do you see of us as healthcare workers going to the hospitals with the doing any PPE for the protection and the care of the patients? Consulting of the care of the patient. Because last year we were wearing masks and gloves as if necessary, and previous year we were wearing face shield, mask, and gloves and everything. It's like, and this year,
I think can you hear? I'm in an area where I might not have good network. I think from and I would probably know your health situation and use your judgment. Guidance standpoint, right now masks are optional. But if you're in an area in the hospital that you need to, like, let's say you're going to be in the, visiting the NICU, like, use the same precautions that you would take, standard precautions, hygiene. If you have any symptoms yourself for whatever reason, you have a cold or whatever, put on a mask. So just use the same clinical judgment and precautions that are first prescribed in that institution that we will be at. But second, think of your own personal health and know that you're in a foreign country and you could be exposed to other illnesses. But I would not the strict COVID precautions are no longer there. So now we're just using standard precautions and disease specific precautions. That's what I would recommend.
Well, I've been there before to Tanzania, and they still have issues with tuberculosis, strep throat, other communicable illnesses that we don't see here. And if you're in a screening situation, you should wear a mask. Talked to my relatives last night who just came back from Tanzania, and they said they saw like 700 people screening blood pressures. So people are coming in your face again and again and again. If they cough, are you going to turn them away? But you feel better if you have a mask on. So I think you should wear your mask for your own protection, just against things that you don't always see here. But that's me. That's what I really think. And
no,
I don't think that masks really separate you from, like in, McDonald's, they don't want you to wear a mask, but it's different. When you wear a mask in a healthcare professional situation, they see you as a healthcare professional, not as a common guy.
No, I do.
And I think for the volunteers doing the eye screening too, they should wear a mask, I think.
No, so I do agree with you, both of you, that I mean, to me, I feel better, especially seeing a lot of people in front of you, and like you're not used to all those exposure because like you're coming from different areas and stuff, working long hours and jet lag, and your body might be tired and all the stuff.
Exactly.
I feel better by wearing a mask. I agree with also Dr. Msambichaka. It says if you're outside playing sports and stuff, I mean, that is judgment. You can just say, like it's airway and stuff. You can have that space, that's okay. But I think in the hospital, I would encourage, for your sake and for the patients you're going to see, wear a mask if you're very close to the patients' faces and stuff like that. And I mean, yes, it's personal judgment, sure, but if we're trying to also be consistent and look similar to all of us, then we can still wear a mask and still provide that. But if you are in the huge conference room and everybody's staying away from each other, I understand that part. But in the room, like Dr. Msambichaka said, these NICU babies, they already compromised the situation they're in. It's more compromised. I don't want to add anything to them. So definitely wearing a mask to me comes kind of like a natural way of protecting me and those babies and the patients who are already compromised there. So I think we should get the mask and have them, especially people who are in the hospitals. Anything else? Is everybody there? Anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. And I'm gonna let you go, and we're gonna talk on the side for few people, but this has been great, and then we can discuss a little bit more on the side, and let me know if something is not clear, and then we can continue sharing the information. If necessary, then I might have to hold another meeting, or otherwise I will just share through the group any update I'm getting, or if there's any change of plan, so everybody knows what is happening. Okay.
Yes.
I know people are very quiet today.
Asante.
Asante.
Yes, let's get ready, guys. So thank you very much. Yes, we continue sharing more information. Yeah.
And we'll have a Swahili class coming up soon, if I can get enough people. At least a 1-day prep.
Okay, bye, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.